Right, I'm now doing military vehicles. So, right, this is a Humvee. Doesn't look very practical for civilian life, but apparently some people do own these in civilian life. So if we look around here, looks like it's in desert colours. If we have a look here, we see this Albus. I know it's these two featured on the previous video, but yeah, you could probably call these in an emergency. This is an Albus, so I've already said something on the last video. I'm going to cross over the field now because I just spotted a Land Rover Defender in army spec. Actual army spec. These are times. It's now 11 o'clock, so it's almost time for saying. So here's a Land Rover Defender, complete with a bivouac or a tent, bivouac, whatever. And there seems to be a big gap here. I think there's room to expand. So I'm just going to head up to this. Right, so if we go up here, we see what looks to be an army encampment. So I'm doing all military stuff now. And if we come around the corner, it looks like... what is that? That actually looks like a... what is that? This is probably like a Dodge of some kind. So I've seen this one before, I think. What is that? There's all the maintenance and stuff. Loads of instructions on it, but no, you know, just made for American military, and it's like, oh, we don't want it branded, or don't want. It looks like a Dodge anyway. Not Power Wagon though. It's probably something bigger. Here's a Jeep. What more needs to be said? If we go along here, we see another, what looks like a Land Rover Defender. Work our way along this campsite here. We see another Land Rover in Defender. This is in desert colours. So there's another. That looks like a Land Rover Defender with complete with roof rack with tons of luggage on it. I think there's a Series 2A or 3 perhaps. This looks like a Jeep. No, it isn't. Wait a minute. It might not be. I'm going to have a quick look at this one because this is... yeah, it is a Jeep. It says it's... yeah, it is a Jeep. Here's a Chevrolet 2500 that comes from the United States Air Force. Right, let's run that bit out. So we're going to move up here because I've just seen something incredibly probably incredibly useful, but doesn't look very comfy, and it's in desert colours, I think. Very interesting looking vehicle. Next to that, we go up here, we see a Scamel Pioneer, again in army colours. This one's called Harriet, and I seem to have found another police car in amongst it. War and Police. Yeah, Kent Police. We aim to police. Imagine that. But that's a Morris 10. Look at that. They probably had these in during the Second World War, when they actually had to do policing on the home front, I suppose. So it's all policing on the home front. That's a Animal Victoria Crossing. If we have a look over here, we see a fire station with what looks to be one of these mobile sort of water pumps. And there's a fire station, air raid shelter. So this is like a reenactment from Second World War, I think. Pretty heavy time that. So this is the air raid shelter. Obviously they're not going to let you in it, but I have been inside an Anderson shelter before. Very claustrophobic. But yeah, so this is an old school fire station, or reenactment one. Right, I'm going to try and move over the way once. Right, I'm going to move over the way actually, because I've just seen what looks like one of these. The American cop cars are having the time of their life, but I'm stuck here. This is a Lister auto truck, so this would have been used for bringing up ammunition, or one of the many vehicles used for bringing ammunition. There's another little stationary engine there. Oh, isn't that cute? What is that anyway? That's a WD, so that's a Jap engine. They use them on motorcycles. They were like 2 strokes. Here's an Austin K4. Is that a bed? Nah, it's a Austin K4, I think. Go past another military encampment. I'm getting. What film was it the Americans featured in? It was such a fun film, but it had a serious point to it. It had, I think it was Kelly's Heroes. Brilliant film, fun film to watch. Had a serious side to it. There's also a bank job. There's a couple of Jeeps here. I wish I could. I keep forgetting this. I keep forgetting the differences between the ones made by Ford and the ones made by Jeep, because they're the same design, which came from another company that couldn't make enough of them. But yeah, this is celebration of Normandy, Day of Deliverance, D-Day. They put it as just a day, but to me that just means deliverance. You were delivering Europe from tyranny, basically. And everyone that could play a part played it. Here's a Chevrolet truck of some kind, and it's 1945 Chevrolet C60L 3-ton. Looks as though that. Okay. Another couple of Jeeps here. Year indeterminate for that one, because it's cute. This looks like a navy one because of the colour. Next to that looks to be one in desert colours. It's got a couple of British flags on there. So I think anybody that could use Jeeps back in the Second World War, and if the Americans were good enough to send them, we were using them. They're such cool vehicles. They're just brilliant. They're just brilliant in their simplicity, and the fact that you could fix them as there's bombs dropping around you, and even do a paint job on them. Right, I've just spotted an army style caravan there, but if I come around here, I've just spotted yet another Jeep. Again, I don't know between the Ford and the Willys, because they're the 2 types. But yeah, this is all the military vehicles now, so yeah. But every time I see an encampment and it's got a lot of American vehicles in it, I keep thinking of films like Kelly's Heroes, and I think there was. But then if you see all the British ones, you sort of think about Battle of Britain, and what's the other one? Guns of Navarone, Force 10 from Navarone, that sort of stuff. I used to watch this sort of stuff when I was a kid, so yeah. So this is the military bit now done. Obviously this video is dedicated to those that during the Second World War and wars since. it's for them really.